The kindness games.
Scoreboard. Whoop, whoop.
Oh, I was waiting for overtime.
Oh,
What?
no
Overtime
overtime,
scoreboard.
Tim.
My wife's tired of it. You guys like it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
your
full of
staple.
energy. It's your brand,
Okay. Give me a kindness games.
Coach Cat, you this time.
Welcome to the kindness games.
Overtime.
See, it's so
Yeah.
fitting.
It didn't feel good without it. You're right. My wife just cringed. Hey, we're going to do a scoreboard and have a short conversation. So we're going to run through the highlights of the scoreboard. We're not going to run through every single person that's ever participated in it. But we're going to start with the alumni, the people that have finished and gone beyond, in many cases, their 30-post challenge. So really quick, let me read them off. Tim Wenzel is in quadruple overtime 14. Now, I have been kind of a slacker because my last two have been this scoreboard and the last scoreboard.
We're going to give you a little grace. We're going to be kind
I haven't
to you.
actually spread kindness. I've just
you're way ahead of everybody else. You're off the hook, I think.
You're off the hook for sure.
Now, there is an addition to the rarer air. In triple overtime, only the second person in kindness games history to be there, Lee Outen on number 5.
What?
Woohoo!
Woohoo!
He's been doing his workout kindnesses. I mean, he's been on the treadmill, which is crazy. I don't get on treadmills, but he does that.
And he doesn't fall off. It's great.
Serious
Although, if
coordination.
he did fall off, can you imagine the views?
Do you think
Just
we
an
get more
idea.
views?
Publicity stunt.
Can you all be kind to Lee, who just fell off his treadmill?
Yeah.
He'd probably pick up his phone and keep going. Let's be
He
honest.
would.
Probably,
He'd be like,
probably continue from the floor. All right. Double overtime. Kelsey Cardinal at 24. Elisa Mula at 11. Love Elisa. She just has really thoughtful ones.
Mhm.
Coach Kathleen Ferris at 18. Steve D'Onofrio.
Looks both ways.
And Min Kirianis at 4. All right. Double overtimers. So that is 7 alumni so far. And then we have, for single overtime, we have Kekishan Dedwani leading the way at 14, Kunle Palemo at 11, Paul Moxness at 10, Bill Massey at 7, and the 7th one was bringing in a new kindness competitor. Love that, Bill Massey.
Very cool.
Christopher Stitt at 7, Sue Ginsburg at 7, Jay McDermott at 7, Abhijit Kumar Sinha at 5, Jason Sikora at 3, Eric Brinks at 2, Wanda Townsend at 2, Brandon Tan at 2, Carlos Francisco at 2, Josh Ledesma, the note taker himself, at 1, Lisa Oliveri at 1, Angela Scalpello at 1, and Heidi Tripp at 1. So those are the people in overtime. Is that everybody though? No, it's not. So let me quickly read to you the alumni. Just, I don't want to leave anybody out. Tim Wenzel, Lee Outen, Kelsey Carnell, Jason Sikora, Joshua Ledesma, Brennan Tan, Jay McDermott, Steve D'Onofrio, Bill Massey, Kathleen Ferris, Sue Ginsburg, Kekishan Dedwani, Paul Moxness, Kunle Palemo, Abhijit Kumar Sinha, Eric Brinks, Carlos Francisco, Janina Linka, Lisa Oliveri, Angela Scalpello, Christopher Stitt, Elisa Mula, Min Kirianis, Heidi Tripp, and Wanda Townsend is our 25th. And the 26th will be one of 3 people if they don't drop off the face of the earth.
Well, I hope that doesn't happen.
That would suck.
Game on. Who's going to be first?
It's a competition. All right. Journeys to watch, right? The most, these are people over 20 posts. So Margot Cash at 25, Sarah Marie Baumgartner at 24, and Janet Fenner at 23. These three people could all be the next Kindness Games alumni, number 26. Or if they do fall off, it'll probably be Patrick Fitzgibbons, who is the newest and currently most active competitor, brought to you by Playground Bill Massey himself, and he is at 8. What
We
do
need
you
a
all think
playground
about that?
post. I think, Patrick, we need a playground post. Maybe him and Bill can do one together. That'd be
Yeah.
super cool.
That'd be really good. Yeah.
I
That is
vote
disappointing
Margot.
that he wasn't outside in front of the playground for that.
That's
It's a
true.
missed opportunity.
He can change his Zoom background. Maybe Bill will send him a picture.
They could do
I
it
vote-
together. I vote
vote-
Margot.
I vote Margot as well. She's been super consistent. I think
Yeah.
that she'll bring the heat. I think she'll be the newest alumni.
And she's been the first potential alumni to change her background
Every time, right?
every single
Every time.
time. To where
Super
she's
cool.
traveled. Super cool.
Very thoughtful.
So exciting times in the Kindness Games. Exciting times. You know, I have a list of people, but somewhere between 12 and 15 who have talked to me. And they said, Tim, I would love to do the Kindness Games, but ... So all three of us have done the 30 post challenge. All three of us have gone beyond the 30 post challenge. And we have talked to almost all of the competitors, almost all of them. One of the three of us has talked to. So Kelsey, what are some reasons you've heard why people would not participate?
I think people don't want to participate or they're nervous to participate. I think it's like they dip their feet in the water, but they don't totally want to jump.
But something's holding them back.
Right. So I think biggest or one of the most frequent things I hear are people don't want to be in front of a camera or they're afraid what people are going to think. I feel like that's the biggest piece of feedback that I've gotten so far. And I say just do it. It's like we're talking Nike, right? Just jump in because that's when change happens. I think that when you reach out of your comfort zone, you jump leaps and bounds, to be honest. So it's really, I'll tell a very short story because I can talk, right? But short story about when I started, and I bring this up all the time. Tim also loves to bring it up. Like I was full on dressed, ready to go to a
for a
family
wedding.
party. Like I wore sundress. I was going to my cousin's graduation party. I'm like, oh, this is the day I'm going to start the Kindness Games because like I look presentable. And then fast forward like 3 posts, I learned real fast that just be authentic. I was inspired by Lee, honestly, when he was going for a run. And I'm like, oh, that's super cool. Like, just be yourself. People like authenticity and they like when you're vulnerable to an extent, right? Be as vulnerable or as comfortable as you want to be, or as uncomfortable as you want to be, because really people can see through the beauty of your post, to be honest, not to sound really cheesy, but people want the content and they want real content. And it doesn't have to be long. It doesn't have to be short. It doesn't have to be
Average 25 seconds a post.
right.
Yeah,
Crazy.
super clear, super quick.
Totally. And I found that in the past year when we were doing a lot of these video calls, it was awkward staring at yourself, recording yourself. It was 15 takes the first time, but then you get the gist of it and you one take wonder like Tim. But the more practice makes perfect. And I say just get out of your comfort zone because uncomfortable is the best way forward.
And
I
if
think.
you're afraid of a camera, just look at this ugly mug.
Stop.
No problem. So it won't break. I've only broken one camera. It wasn't on this computer, so it's fine. Coach Cat, ... I would love to do the Kindness Games. I want to do it, but
And, I don't like to say but my employer has seen some of my posts, and my colleagues have seen some of my posts, and they're telling me, how am I using my time wisely? Because they're looking at times of the days and things like that. And they're afraid that it might interrupt their ability to move up, move around. And so instead of taking a step back, like my colleagues at CGU, this is a beautiful space, going back to what you said, Kelsey, to grow through the uncomfortableness, even when some of us were intimidated by Tim in the beginning, but it really is a growth opportunity. I know, intimidated. The alumni call came out with that. That wasn't me. Somebody on the call said that, and I was like, that's it.
Who do I intimidate? I am the least serious person ever.
No, it's the being on the call in the Zoom, and then, okay, we're going to hit record, and here we go. And I have tried that with quite a few people too. So I think it goes back to, again, they see, what I've heard is their colleagues on LinkedIn see that they're posting. And some of it is them really wanting to, they're curious, but what are they going to do? They're just telling their, our participants, hey, what are you doing with your time? Instead of really looking at that this is a growth opportunity, and it's going to actually bring more connections to them and spread more positivity and kindness around the world, which impacts them and their organization as a whole. So not really understanding. So sales perspective, ask questions, ask them, why are they doing it? What's the outcome? What are they hoping to get out of it? So I've heard that. I've also heard that some people need a written strategy. And so unlike some people who just got on and started recording every day in their cute wedding attire, some people really needed to kind of map out a strategy. So I think, Tim, you shared that on one of the calls. Hey, here's what the strategy is. So then they knew, who to reach out to do what, and things like that. So, but I think the biggest thing was the confidence piece of being able to share their voices on a camera that they knew was going to be out in the world in perpetuity. And then, oh, wow, you mean I'm in the security industry and somebody's going to see me say something? Oh, my goodness gracious. So
all points that I've heard, actually. And, the struggle is real. What will people think? For me, I've actually stopped caring. But if there are some people, and I used to be here, to where I was one person at work and another person at home.
Mm-hmm.
And the anxiety that it caused, like, oh my gosh, like I'm around these set of people this way and this set of people this way. And then when occasions happen where my wife shows up to a work event, or where these groups of people come together, there's a clash inside of you. You're not quite sure who to be. And so, if that's where you are, make a list of values of what you aspire to be and hold yourself accountable. That's what I ended up doing. I will be this person no matter what. And not everybody will like it. Not everybody will support it. But that's the point, to grow into your own person and own yourself and own your story. And if you need a strategy, send me a LinkedIn message. We'll jump on a call. We'll get you strategized in like 5 minutes. It's all good. Super easy. The main one that I've heard from a lot of people in the security industry is, I will get destroyed at work for doing this. Kindness is not valued. I'm supposed to be a tough person or whatever. And, with all of these things that have been brought up, the things that you fear most in life rarely come to pass. So that's one thing that you could lean back on. But the other thing is, if you're in that type of environment, why are you still there? If kindness and gratitude is something that you love, that you value, and you're in a place to where that type of behavior is struck down or made fun of or cause consequences, you have two choices. One, you can leave. Probably should leave. Or two, you can lead. And here's the thing. Story after story of people that I know who have been involved in the kindness games, who have met resistance, they've met ridicule. People have tried to make them uncomfortable. And people have been called fake. But the interesting thing is when people see you doing this in public and they see you trying to live it in private, at work, in the different scenarios that life brings to us, that creates respect. And kindness, leading with kindness, is the best, most scalable and sustainable form of leadership because it's objective. People can see that you're trying to be kind in all life situations to all types of people, even when you're doing performance improvement plans or terminations at work or doing the tough stuff of life. You can recognize the human on the other side of whatever situation that is for you. The situation where you feel like there's really no place for kindness, and put yourself there and say, how would I want this to go if it were me? And tailor that experience for them. And even though it's not a fluffy, kind, good experience, the kindness is in the intention and the delivery of recognizing the human dignity on the other end and letting them leave with that intact. That's what I would say to anybody who's timid, a little bit afraid, or a little bit hesitant. Kindness and gratitude is probably one of the least popular things in our world right now. So are you going to lead, or are you going to sit back and watch it burn? That was a mic.
That was
Totally,
a
it was
total
a mic drop. No one
That
can
was a
follow
mic
that.
drop. No, I'm not saying anything else.
In all honesty, though, there are lots of reasons. Coach Kat, Kelsey Carnell, Tim Wenzel, Lee Outen, Kekishan Dedwani, if you ping us on LinkedIn and you have concerns, you want questions answered, we will make time to chat with you about how to start your journey and have a successful kindness games run.
Totally agreed. I feel like that's majority, what Tim just said is majority of the reason why all of us joined, right? Because kindness is seen as such a amazing thing these days. And it used to be something, or I feel like it used to be something that was just second nature.
Yeah.
So
Expected,
to your point,
even.
yeah, right,
Yeah.
right.
Part of the fabric of who we are. What we learned in kindergarten. Oh, to be kind.
My
Here,
favorite.
let's share.
Yeah, totally.
Let's be courageous. Let's lead.
Awesome. All right, everybody. That's the scoreboard for July 22nd, 2021.
Crazy.
See you next time.